Councilmember Bunker?
I'm sorry it's taken 7 years to get to this point. This is insane. We've got to move faster than this on everything. When I weigh a devastating head-on collision against maybe being 15 minutes late to work, safety wins. I don't see how you can look at it in any other way, honestly. For merchants, how many lives can be lost? How many injuries are allowed to happen so you can make a few extra bucks? I understand the problems with getting business downtown. Traffic is not the main problem downtown, and everyone knows it. We are going to have the ability to have people living downtown, working downtown. We're going to create a whole different atmosphere downtown. We are. And if Drew Street is a little bit calmer, a little bit slower, that's a good thing. For those neighbors who are saying, well, I don't want people coming onto my street because it's going to be dangerous. Well, you know how people feel on Drew. You know, why aren't you concerned about all the accidents that are happening there, all the lives that are lost? We've got to do something about this, and we've got to stop kicking it down the road. So.
Agenda item 9.8.
Elected council member to serve as vice mayor. Council, as required by city charter, at the first meeting in April, the election of the vice mayor must occur amongst the council members. What I have outlined in the agenda is basically prescribed by the current council schedule. So last year, Councilmember Bunker declined to serve as a vice mayor, so there are a few options that council may take. Either A, go back to last year, B, follow the schedule, which would be Councilmember Beckman to serve as vice mayor again, or go to the next person in the schedule, which would be Councilmember Albritton. Councilmember Teixeira would follow Councilmember Albritton. So I leave it up to your discussion.
Okay. Councilmember Albritton?
I'd like to ask Mark if he'd like to be vice mayor.
Yeah, last year I stepped aside because I was having some health issues, and the folks at Morton Plant took me in and worked me over and got me in great shape. So I would like to assume the position if that's acceptable to the rest of you.
I think it's a good idea. The last meeting we had, it was very apparent that some people didn't understand the role, that it was rotational and it was an honorary role. So since you deferred last year, I think it's only right that you get it this year.
Thank you.
Anyone from the public to speak on agenda item 9.8? Okay. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve Mark as vice mayor.
Can you second it?
Yeah.
Well, I will second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good for you. So, closing comments by council members. How about we start with Mr. Bunker?
How about that?
How about
Okay.
that?
Well, we saw the publishing of Tracy McManus's latest article on downtown, or actually the marina this time, and Scientology's potential involvement with the properties that were snatched up. I have complete faith in the Tampa Bay Times. It is a shame that there would be any type of deception, but it's not surprising when you deal with Scientology because it's kind of baked into the cake. You know, Hubbard has developed that theory of shore stories when he was running the Sea Org on a ship out at sea. They pulled into various ports and would get in trouble because they would pretend to be a business management corporation instead of just saying, hi, we're Scientology and we're just docking here for a while. In Madeira, people were so suspicious of them because of their shore story that they started throwing rocks and bottles at the ship, and There was, Hubbard's car was parked on the dock and a motorcycle. They pushed those things into the ocean. And that's what happens when you use deception. I don't think that's the way to become a partner. I've said that if Scientology's got a great deal, I would go for it. And I stick with that, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about a land swap at some point. My advice, which I'm serious about, is if Miscavige wants the CMA property that caused him to buy up everything downtown to use as leverage, we put that in a trust, and we tell Miscavige, okay, go ahead and do what you need to do to develop your properties, and then, after you've done that, we'll give you the CMA property, or we'll sell it to you. I think that's the way to go, and not fall to their chicanery. And that's it for me.
Okay,